So a lot of the Solomon Islanders overseas have messaged me and say, Keon, why are you against China? Let me just clarify. I'm not against China. I'm against the Communist Party of China, CCP party. And the reason why I'm against the CCP party is, number one, I don't think communism supports the idea of having a relationship with God, which is against one of our values in the Solomon Islands. And number two, I think China is all about China, nothing about Solomon Islands at all. Now, I say this because I see a lot of look and learn trips that are going overseas, yet not being materialized on the ground. And largely, it's not because of our Solomon Islanders' fault. It's largely because we don't have this, the policies that are already in place, that are, the legislation that are already in place to help cultivate an environment where young people can come back to their rural provinces and be able to have the capital to depend on their initiative, depend on themselves to develop their initiative and to see that these initiatives flourish. Now, the reason why I say these look and learn trips are not beneficial is because they're also enticing. They bring us to China, get us all enticed and hyped up. When we return back from China, we start from grassroots, and then we realize we need more money. And then what happens? We go back to China and we start asking them for money, and then China funds it with political strings attached with their policies, making sure that they also have a stake, have a say in what we do. And that's not economically becoming independent, that's being economically dependent on China. So no, I don't like China for that. I've also seen the stadium and the economic returns of that from the CBSI report that has flopped big time. So I think that, prioritizing China, a relationship with China hasn't been beneficial, other than the medical comprehensive center that they have established within Honiara, which I think was really, really addressing the needs, of Solomon Islands. Now, Solomon Islands need jobs. We haven't yet gone from the exploitation of raw materials to semi-raw materials to added value products. We want to see added value products being exported from our country to overseas. And that's important, that's key. And that's the key towards bringing a lot more money in support of the remittances that we receive from the PALM scheme in Australia to help us become economically independent. Now, all we're seeing is a lot of raw materials. Stakalo raw materials biminoma China exporting. But we're not seeing China putting a lot of emphasis on processing plants, on facilities that would help us get our raw materials towards a platform of being added value. All we see is China's technology, China's models being exported over to us with a lot of aid. After they give it, they make propaganda. I don't know what to say. They promote themselves a lot. But it's time we need to promote ourselves a lot in the international world, to the international economy, to the markets. I'm clear? So yeah, that's why I don't like the Chinese Communist Party and their policies. Just making that clear now. Honorable Park Conroy from Australia came to Solomon Islands, pledged over 100 million. I think it's time we need to change the security pact. I mean, come on, $1.56 million just to help us look after our mining sector. I'm really some that any governance problem. That governance problem was have need for improvement. Australia saw a need. Australia help ourselves to prevent this corruption on the level of the mining sector to happen again, right? 38 million for the Tina Hydro Power Development Project, with $402 million already invested from other support that Australia and others have come on board to help the Tina Hydro Development Project. That to me is key. That to me is really addressing a need. Tina Hydro Project. How many people not that of electricity Honiara? How many bills need di PPM gogo itay gogo? Selen salary but no fit to. Yeah. Answer blame na. So Australia's addressing needs. 60 million for roads to facilitate the 54th Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting in Honiara. Australian taxpayers' money, true partnership. Royal Solomon Islands Police Force and Australian Federal Police Force partnership in terms of security. True partnership, addressing a real need. Air connectivity, more secure telecommunications. Over the period of 4 years, Australia has already invested $5 billion spent. $5 billion spent in our country, Solomon Islands. And I haven't even mentioned the 475 million remittances in 2024 alone from 10,000 seasonal workers overseas. Tala mi hamin val not garam employment time China have come. Na maging Switzerland stadium hamin val na wakin sa stadium. People, we need to wake up. We don't need the security pact anymore with China. We have a friend that actually working at adjusting our needs. Have no what me like talam. And that's the reason why I will never support Chinese Communist Party. I think I'm going to support Australia. And I think Australia is a real partner of Solomon Islands. And I think a lot of us young people have missed, or have seen Australia's support, but you meet quite with them. You mean appreciative. Let's not take advantage of this, guys. Taxpayers' money blow to Australia. Not give him me, eh? Where you miss a level, you mean for working because government, you not got a vision for him. Shout out to an individual though, Simon Choto. Good job, brother. He's doing a lot, Sema, in terms of agriculture. Hopefully one day we'll go from that to more industrial exports. But yeah, props to that. So yeah, other than that, peace. Nice story to you all. Have a good day.
我们今